The sea. That vast foamy plain which separates continents. The history of man is told in these waters. Every conquest, every voyage, every discovery. It can all be found here, for the sea tells many tales. If one listens closely, they might just hear the tale of a certain pirate. It begins, as many remarkable stories do, in an utterly unremarkable place. Barid, a small island off the coast of Ireland. It wasn't much, but it was a peaceful existence. My father was William Davis, a former British Army officer. Foul winters and a lack of pay led to his desertion and relocation to Barid.
Gabe, you'll remember now to feed the cows when you finish with the crops.
Yes, Father.
Even as it was my home, it was never truly his. From an early age, I could tell that he wanted something more for his son. "1709 was a changing year. The harvest was bountiful for once, producing more than enough to last us the winter. But we would soon find winter the least of our troubles.
The winter frost will be coming soon.
You think we've gathered enough?
We'll get through it, though. We always have.
Despite your best efforts.
Well, it's better to scrape by as a less than skilled farmer than rely on those lousy army rations.
Father, there's a whole fleet of ships out there.
What? The English!
What are we going to do?
Whatever they desire.
Captain Stafford, sir. All civilians on the island have been gathered up.
Good. I shall address them presently. Good evening, citizens of Baird. I am Captain Stafford. By order of Admiral Smith of His Majesty's Royal Navy, the island of Baird is to be converted into a fortress, and its civilians to be temporarily placed under custody of the British Navy and relocated to other residences within the Empire.
This is barbaric!
It's no more than what you people deserve. I suggest you gather what belongings you can carry within the hour.
You have no right to seize this island!
I have every right. Now you must comply with my orders, and that is not a request.
It wouldn't be the first time I disobeyed orders from you, Captain.
William Davis? It's been a long time, hasn't it?
I resigned in 1698.
Resigned? You deserted. You betrayed the British Empire. Coward!
William!
You monster.
Would you like a lead ball as well? People of Bayard, make no mistake. I have no attachment to you. Defy us, and we will execute you where you stand. So I ask again, would anyone like to join that man and his wife? No? Anyone? Good. Now you are being cooperative. Get them packed and loaded onto the ships, and be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
Gabriel, my son, no matter what happens, you must never forget this day. Never forget what they did to us.
Come on, boy.
About fight! Admiral Smith. I was hoping you would join us this fine morning.
Have you repaired the townsfolk?
Yes, Admiral.
What happened here?
They refused to comply, sir. Had to set an example.
You continue to worry me, Captain.
It worries you that I maintain order?
It worries me that you deem yourself the executioner yet again. This is certainly not the first time you've let your pistol do the thinking for you. Is it, Stafford?
I had no other choice.
Go back to the ships. I'll take charge from here.
Yes, sir.
All tales have their beginning, and the British wrote mine. I never saw that island again. I was destined for a lifetime of servitude abroad. The British continued their desire for conquest, seizing control of many more islands in their reach. As British hold expanded closer to the borders of France, the French feared for their security, and eventually declared war.
Commander, seize artillery bombardment and advance infantry.
That would not be the wisest strategy.
Nonsense. The French forces of Hartheim are defeated. It's our job to make an example of them.
Yes, sir.
We form the lines! Fall back! Retreat! Admiral Smith, good morning. It would seem congratulations are in order for your conquest of Hartheim.
Indeed. Now we can prepare for a mainland invasion.
Of course.
I will march 2 miles further inland with my troops. Stafford, I want you to start repairing the fort. It is ours now. It should prove valuable in the future.
Yes, Admiral.
Charge! Fade it! Forward, men! Stay in formation! Forward! For God's sake, forward!
Captain, sir!
Yes, Joffrey.
Captain Stafford, sir, Admiral Smith has been shot.
What?
He tried to advance his soldiers, but the French pushed him back. He's in a field hospital now.
Take me to see him at once.
Right away, Captain.
Hold him down.
Admiral Smith, it pains me to see you in this condition, but I always warned you leading troops into battle will get you killed just the same as any other soldier.
What do you want?
I want your rank.
You? You want to be an admiral?
It is quite clear you are not in the shape to hold the position at the moment.
And you are?
Why, yes. I believe I am.
No, Stafford.
No.
You and I both know that you are not meant for this task.
But I am. My father was one of the finest admirals the king had ever seen,
And you are not your father, Stafford. I have tried and tried to see you become a better man than the one before me, but I have failed. You are a lost and wretched creature.
I've tried just as much. You don't think it's difficult to be who I am? Come, quickly!
Admiral Smith is dead.
Stafford, you're in command now. What shall we do?
We must carry on. That's what he would have wanted. Commander Ozzel can take charge of things here. I must inform Governor Lee of the Admiral's passing and determine the future of the fleet. Joffrey, prepare to make sail for Whale Hunt Harbor.
Yes, Admiral.
The war affected all, even those at home. Whale Hunt Harbor, one of the most booming harbors in England. With the war in full swing, Whale Hunt Harbor produced more ships for the English army than any other port on the Isle. Before the war, it was only a couple of dockmen building ships. Now an entire army's worth have come to the docks looking for work. Including me.
I never knew men could build things like this.
We'll be building our fair share of ships soon enough.
This won't be like our time in the Caribbean, will it?
I can't imagine it would be.
Well, you best be careful this time or it'll be the noose for both of us.
Yes, you always say that.
Well, if you take it seriously this time, then maybe we'll actually get to stay here.
What? Hopping around the Caribbean Isles isn't your idea of fun?
Look, I'd have more fun if you didn't get into a scuffle with every foreman we've worked under.
I can't help if they're all the same. Poor wages, bad food, awful quarters. I merely tell them how I feel.
Oh, I'm sure. In the kindest way possible.
You know, no one ever said you had to come along with me, Christopher.
Well, I've never really had much of a choice. I mean, you being the only friend I've got, following you around is my best option.
Follow me to the shipyard then, okay?
What's going on here? You guys don't even know what you're doing. You stupid bastard! You don't know what you're doing! Get this stuff, just get this done! What do you do? Oh god, we're gonna be so behind, don't you No, I did not say those ropes. How stupid can you be? We have so much stuff to move, so much to get done. Don't you see how much they...
When do we start building ships?
Who in the blazes are you?
Oh, we just came in today. When do we start building ships?
Soon. We first need to bring in the Black Seas Barracuda for repairs.
You mean the actual Black Seas Barracuda?
Yes, just returned from fighting in France. General Broadside himself will be accompanying it.
You see, Christopher? Not a total loss, is it? We get to work on the finest ship in the Navy.
What a coincidence, that she is now. Come on, I want all these ropes tied off before sundown.
Before sundown? That's impossible, Gabriel.
For you it is. All finished, sir.
Quite an impressive pair of hands you've got there.
Thank you, sir. Grew up on the coast of Barid. Untied ship ropes every day.
Ah, grew up there, did you?
Yes, sir.
Must have been difficult for you when the Navy took over the place.
Not really, sir. They just forced me to find new lodgings.
How dare you! This is General Broadside you're talking to!
I know who he is.
Why, you—
Save it! I like your nature, boy. Bold. Defiant. Brash, even. Foreman?
Sir?
Let these two men off early for the day.
General, there is much to do yet.
They have both earned it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, General. Sir, you have my gratitude.
Not at all. Always happy to reward an exemplary worker.
I'll not soon forget it, I can tell you that. Good day, sir.
And you.
See, it always ends up alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. What do you think we'll get to eat?
What, you think they'll feed us? We're on our own to buy food.
Just how are we gonna do that? I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but we don't have a shilling left.
Not anymore.
What's that supposed to be?
A coin purse, obviously. Pinched it off the general when he was shaking my hand.
You stole it off a general?
Shh! Keep your voice down. Someone will hear. Want some?
No, I don't.
Suit yourself.
Can't believe you stole from a general, especially one who complimented you and let us off early.
I don't care what he does. He's an officer. And as far as I'm concerned, they're all bad. The least they can do is give me some compensation. Besides, who's gonna know?
I hope you save some for the rest of us, thief.
Sure.
You what?
Good day, sirs. Any of you fancy a shilling?
Oh, much obliged, sir. Don't mind if I do.
Bonnet! He's a thief!
Well, he did offer it. I couldn't just say no.
Thanks to your tampering with the evidence, we're all going to have paperwork to fill out now.
Well, I think that...
Patrick, if you've really got something of value to say, spit it out already.
Leave him alone. Not his fault he's got a stutter. And as for you two...
You hold it right there. Thievery Resisting arrest? Attempted bribery of an officer? Mate, you're looking at an appointment with the gallows tomorrow morning.
It would not be the first time.
You mean to say you've been hanged before?
And I mean to say, he'll be hanged again. I don't know where you come from, but in Whale Hunt Harbour, we take justice very seriously.
Look, I'll give you my day's wage for tomorrow. Just let us off easy.
You should have thought about that earlier.
Why don't you just let me do the talking? Alright, Patrick?
Shut up, Goyles. Every time I try to say something, you always cut me off.
Wow, that was something actually intelligible. What happened to the people we were about to arrest?
Call out the guard! This is all your fault, Patrick.
Oh.
Great. Just great. Not even a day in, and we're already on the run.
Oh, shut up!
My word! You just watch yourself. They went that way. You're lucky I'm in such a generous mood. You can't possibly make it that way, are you bloody insane?
Fire!
General Broadside, look. We captured some thieves all by ourselves.
Sure.
Well, if it isn't the young man from Barid. I complimented your work, I showed you kindness, and what do? You steal from me. You spit in my face.
Not yet, I haven't.
Oh my!
Mr. Giles.
Sir?
Kindly escort this scum to the prison. I'll see they're both hung in the morning.
With pleasure. Come on, move it.
This was Admiral Smith's old vessel, sir. He called it the Seahawk.
Fitting.
Equipped with over 50 guns below its expertly woven sails, the Seahawk is the most magnificent ship to have ever sailed the ocean.
And who are they?
Those were Admiral Smith's elite Marine Guardsmen. They are fierce warriors, sir, skilled in any and all arts of combat.
I imagine they are saddened by the Admiral's passing.
They are pleased to serve you, sir.
Right shoulder, cool.
And this is the Admiral's library and office. I'll leave you to your work, sir.
Hold on, Joffrey. You are not dismissed yet.
Sir?
I'd like to discuss my next assignment with you.
Well, sir, it seems fairly straightforward. Send reinforcements to Hartheim and push further into the mainland and—
You misunderstand, Joffrey. I don't want your counsel. I want to inform you of my intended course of action.
And what would that be, sir?
What do you know of Davy Jones?
The old sailor legend? Well, just what everyone does, I suppose. Vicious, bloodthirsty ruler of the seas.
Yes, the most feared pirate of them all. Why is that?
Brutality? Cunning? Daring, I suppose.
No, Joffrey. A man does not leave so large a legacy by skill alone.
His influence, then?
By all accounts, Davy Jones had only a meager few ships. No, It was not the man or his allies that made him a legend. It was his control over something far more powerful. A great beast from the depths.
The Kraken? Sir, that's part of the story. That's just a myth.
It is no myth. This proves it.
What is that?
This is where legend meets reality, Joffrey. This map contains a route to an island, hidden away from the civilized world. It is here where we will find the key to claiming this power, the Shard of Nuka.
And just what would that be?
I'm not sure. Yet. All that matters is that it is capable of unleashing the greatest power man will ever know.
So you're sailing all the way back to Whale Hunt Harbor to convince Governor Lee to approve an expedition for this shard?
Precisely. I've waited for this day since boyhood, and now it lies before me. To think, Joffrey, I shall become just as much a legend as Jones ever was.
And how do you think Governor Lee will take your demands?
He will accept.
How can you be so sure?
I have my means, Joffrey. But know that one way or the other, I will find this shard. In the meantime, best to keep this between ourselves. Wouldn't want the men to get spooked, now would we?
What shall I tell them?
Nothing for now. As far as the Navy is concerned, we are engaging in an endeavor to end this war. Which we are.
Very good, sir.
Damn you all! Ugh! There's gotta be some sort of way out of here. A loose bolt, trapdoor, something.
I'm afraid not. These bars are made of iron, Gabriel. We're not getting out of here anytime soon.
Oh, come on. It was just a bit of food.
Look, I don't want to hear your excuses. You really did it now because you got us both condemned to death.
I was condemned a long time ago. The British saw to that the moment they took me from Barid.
Suppose I was never destined for much either. Born poor. Always knew I'd die poor. Guess I just didn't think it'd be here.
Oh, come on, Christopher. It was always gonna end up like this.
I hear you be looking for a way out to this god-forsaken prison.
I suppose you could say that.
Oh, where are me manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I be Captain Roger Redbeard.
Captain Redbeard? Like the pirate Captain Redbeard?
No, he's not, Christopher. He's just some homeless drunkard.
Oh yes, I apologize for me unflattering appearance. I be in a bit of me own situation.
Why should I believe you?
Well, for starters, you don't be seeing many homeless drunkards with such battle scars now, do you?
Well then what in the world are you doing in here?
I was sailing through the channel when a terrible storm took hold of our sails and dashed us against the rocks. I was the only one to survive. I swam my way to the nearest harbour, only to be promptly recognized and arrested for me various crimes.
Well, it doesn't help us much knowing how you got in here. Do you know how to get out or not?
If I didn't have a plan to get out of here, would I be wasting me precious time left on this earth gabbing with you? No. I'll get out of here, all right. Then I'll commandeer a vessel from this here harbour, gather up a crew, and get back on schedule.
Commandeer a vessel? Here? You're completely mad!
I've accomplished less possible feats.
Well, if you're so capable, what's been keeping you busy all these weeks?
Take a good look at me, lad. I'm missing a hand, a leg, and an eye. Not exactly able to take a ship on me lonesome now, can I? You two would stand a better chance.
It's crazier than all hell, but we don't have much of a choice. What ship do you have in mind?
A real beauty that caught me eye. The Black Sea's Barracuda.
Hey, Captain, that's the largest ship in the harbor.
Aye, that's why I want it.
Okay, supposing we did commandeer the ship, what would we do then?
Continue me expedition.
Expedition?
Aye, for the locker of Davy Jones.
Oh, come on. It's just an old sailor's myth.
Oh, it's real alright. I've seen it myself. Lost me own hand to it, I did. In the locker lies the greatest treasures of the Seven Seas, remnants of lost civilizations, and horrific monsters of the deep.
Great, we're gonna die alongside a madman.
It's within me reach. I'd be there now if it hadn't been for that infernal storm. All we need is the key to open it.
A key?
Aye, the Shard of Nuka. It be the rarest, most coveted prize I ever set my eyes upon.
Yeah, that's all fine and good, but just how do you plan to get out of here?
There's your answer. That damn monkey from the market that comes by here at night. He be there right now. The keys be hanging on that wall there. Dangling the key seems to fascinate the creature. If I could just get his attention. But at last, I've yet to succeed. Have ye any food in your possession?
Ooh, I have. Here, boy.
I don't believe it. We're free.
Well, thanks for your help, but we'll be on our way now.
And where will you be going? Every soldier in this here harbour will be on your tail shortly. I'm your only way out of this hellhole.
Well, when you put it that way, fine. Now, where's that ship?
There'll be no time now. The sun rises in less than an hour, I wager. We'll have to wait till dusk, when we have the cover of dark. Are ye prepared to follow me?
I am.
Good. You've just joined the crew of Roger Redbeard.
Broadside, I trust you have a very good reason to see me at this early hour.
Governor Lisa, I regret to inform you that our forces have been driven out of Hartheim. I just received the news a few minutes ago. Captain Javier rallied his forces and pushed us to the coast. We were forced to retreat.
Why, this means that we no longer have a foothold in France.
It's much worse than that, I'm afraid, sir. Captain Javier has assembled a massive fleet. I'm told he's preparing to launch a mainland invasion from the south, starting with Whale Hunt Harbor.
Good God, General, we must ready all available ships and manpower to defend our harbor.
I'll see to it first thing in the morning, sir.
Very good, General.
It's been an hour. Where is he?
He'll be here. You'll see.
Hey, come on, let's just forget the captain and get out of here while we can.
Well, if you want to get yourself recaptured and hung, then be my guest.
Not something I'd recommend. I've dealt with those foul interruptions before, lad.
Well, you sure took long enough.
I had to find a decent outfit, didn't I? There's been a slight change in plans. I found out that the British got booted out of France, and now the French are preparing a mainland invasion of their own.
Why should that concern us?
You're an eager lad, but not a terribly bright one. What that means, Mr. Davis, is that all the good ships here will be leaving the harbour shortly to repel the French. So, if you're going to commandeer one, we better do it soon.
But we were supposed to wait until dusk.
Plans change. There's only a few guards on the Barracuda so far. If you can distract them for a spell, Christopher and I shouldn't have too much of a problem getting her working for us.
Some plan? If that's the best you can come up with, I say we just storm it together.
The three of us would get shot by muskets before we got a foot on board. You'll be sticking to my plan.
Oh, aye aye, Captain.
Oh, great. Them again. Hello, gentlemen! We're up a bit early today, aren't we?
Put your hands in the air and don't move an inch.
Come on now, what's all this for? I'm simply reporting for work.
You'll be reporting to the gallows before long, thief! Get out the irons, Barnet.
He doesn't have them.
Bonnet? Did I mishear Patrick? Which is entirely possible. Or do you not have the irons with you?
Well, sir, with all due respect, I wasn't planning on arresting anyone this morning.
Why do you think we're on guard duty?
In case someone like me shows up.
You make an excellent point.
Shut up.
It's a miracle you three haven't been sacked.
Don't insult me. I'm the best there is.
Well, if that's the case, you lot don't stand a chance in this war.
A thief and a French sympathizer as well. I say we end him right here.
He's already scheduled for execution.
Well, I suppose it doesn't make much of a difference where he dies, does it?
I wasn't expecting this much crew around. They must be getting ready to leave. What do we do?
Improvise.
Oh, poor man. Is being a ship pilot really enough to drive one to suicide?
What the devil is going on here?
Some kind of skirmish on the dock, sir.
Get my men down there. They'll put a stop to this.
Yes, sir.
Captain, we have a problem.
Those are the other dockmen. They're rioting.
That's it. Drive off those redcoats. Much obliged, ye filthy bilge rats. Up here, lads.
Roll out the cannons! Fire on that ship!
Bring her about full speed.
But we'll hit the deck!
My point exactly. Make for open sea, boys.
Shall I send a party to pursue them, sir?
No. We've got bigger concerns. Get the men organized. We'll have to fend off the French without the Barracuda.
Yes, sir.
A fine soldier you are. You can't even swim.
I never thought I'd have to. Didn't expect I'd be kicked off the dock by some pirate. The gall of that man, I tell you, he and his lot are either the bravest or stupidest pirates I've ever met.
Christopher, get a man on the wheel. Set a southward course.
What for?
Before we even dream of setting out on this endeavor, we're gonna need a much bigger crew.
And just where are we gonna find a crew?
We'll make port at Blackwater. I have a friend there by the name of Benjamin Wellingham.
Benjamin Wellingham?
Me former first mate. Retired from piracy some years ago. He'll get us the hardiest crew this side of the Caribbean.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Captain.
All in good time, Christopher. Where be Gabriel?
I think he's below deck, sir.
Then that's where I'll be heading. What are you doing down here?
I just thought it would be beneficial to explore the lower decks. We want to know what kind of ship we are dealing with. And I must say, there is a lot of room, sir.
Aye, more than most vessels I've served aboard. I must say, that was some extraordinary swordsmanship you showed back at the harbor.
I used to train with my father.
Your father had some skills with the blade, then?
He once served in the British Army.
I see. Gabriel, I've got a proposition for ye I think ye be finding most interesting.
And what's that?
I'd like for you to be me first mate, lad.
First mate?
Aye. You're skilled, reliable, and crafty in a fight. I do warn you, though. Once you've taken up this life, there's no turning back.
Well, I've been on the run my entire life. I'd say it's time I took command of my destiny for a change. I accept.
You'll make a fine pirate. We're not alone down here.
Ugh. What happened?
Don't move.
Oh, believe me, I wouldn't dream of it. What did I do? Do I owe you money?
Well, if it isn't our friend from the marketplace.
Oh, yes, I remember you now. You were on the run. Oh. I believe a thank you might be in order after all I did to save you.
What are you doing here?
Please do permit me to introduce myself. My name is Wilson Stone.
Shut up.
How did you get here?
Oh, I serve drinks to officers on vessels such as this one.
You're a servant?
I'm a butler. Mind the distinction.
And what, may I ask, were you doing in the hold of this vessel?
Well, I came aboard early and went below deck to, sample the wine, yes, and the rum. Checking for poisons and such, you understand, yes. Can't be too careful these days. I must have blacked out. I don't remember anything else after that.
So you were passed out drunk the entire time we were seizing control of the ship?
The ship was taken?
Aye. The Black Sea's Barracuda is now under the control of Captain Roger Redbeard.
Roger Redbeard? The famed pirate? He's here?
Presently speaking.
Well, this day just keeps on getting interesting.
So is ours.
If you mind my asking, how did you two manage to take this ship by yourselves?
The real question is how you managed to sleep through all that commotion.
What can I say? I'm a heavy sleeper.
What do we do? Throw him overboard?
Let's not.
No. Actually, I believe I may have a use for him. Tell me, Mr. Stone, are ye willing to be a butler to a band of pirates?
Given your reputation, Mr. Redbeard, sure, be glad to.
Well, there you go, Gabriel. We have another member of our crew.
Please don't touch me.
Your first assignment is to clean up the mess you've created.
Oh, certainly. Oh, sure. Be butler to a band of pirates. Great thinking, Wilson, great thinking. I knew I should have taken the day off.
Captain Stafford, your presence here is unexpected.
Actually, it's Admiral now.
What?
Admiral Smith met with a tragic fate. Died leading his men.
Oh, my condolences, sir. I understand you served under him for quite some time. This must be very hard on you. Terrible loss to us all.
What happened here?
Pirates, I'm afraid. Several of them stole the Black Sea's Barracuda.
And how is it that a small group of pirates were able to commandeer the largest vessel in our fleet?
They had some help from the dockmen, some of which hopped aboard the Barracuda. We have those who stayed behind in custody. They shall be dealt with in short order, sir.
Very good. Where is Governor Lee?
He's in his office, but I warn you, he is in a dismal mood, sir.
That is of little concern to me.
Oh yes, Captain Stafford. Do come in.
Actually, sir, it's Admiral Stafford now.
I beg your pardon?
Admiral Smith died in battle against the French. I hold his position now.
I feared this day would come. I'm not unfamiliar with your true character, Ambrose.
Come again, Governor.
Your father was a good man, Ambrose. I wish I could say the same for you. Since youth, you've talked of nothing but your prestige, and done nothing except pursue your own advancement. And now, somehow, by some twist of fate, you've become admiral of the entire fleet, and been charged with the safety of this harbor. How can I trust a man who cares more for his own image than for the well-being of his countrymen?
I did not ask to be put in this position, and yet here I am. Admiral Smith trusted me to serve him well. Now I only ask that you extend the same trust he did.
Well, I suppose there's no alternative, but time will tell if you've truly earned it. And now to the task at hand. The French fleet is assembling in the channel just south of here. This is most likely their point of entry. Your ships, along with those we have here, should be enough to match them.
Actually, sir, I had something else in mind.
And what might that be?
You are aware of the legend of Davy Jones?
Well, yes, but I don't see what that has to do with...
I have procured a map that leads to the exact location of the fabled Shard of Nuka, the means by which Jones controlled the Kraken and the seas.
Stop this.
If we were to attain it, we could sink the French fleet, or any fleet, 10 times over. I propose an expedition to find the shard, and thus bring a swift end to this war and all those yet to come.
Stop this talk! Good God, man, where has your head gone? The life of this nation and its citizens are at risk, and you talk of this nonsense, this fantasy. And you call yourself an admiral.
With this, I will be the greatest admiral in the history of our empire. I found this at the Eldorado Fortress in Hartheim. It gives directions to an uncharted island, being slowly swallowed by the sea. And it is here, hidden away from the world, that our key to victory lies, just waiting to be claimed.
And pray tell, how can you know this to be true?
Why would the French hide it away if they didn't believe it themselves?
Perhaps they are just as mad as you are. I've had enough of your lunacy, Stafford.
No!
Good God. I've never seen anything like it. Retrieve it, Stafford.
What do you call this, Governor? Is this lunacy?
You may have a point, Stafford. This may lead to unique opportunities.
I have your permission to lead an expedition, then?
And what of the impending French attack?
Broadside is more than capable of defending the harbor on his own. It is more important that I find the shard as quickly as possible so that the war does not drag on any longer than it must.
You have my permission to go, but I'm still not sure about this business.
Duly noted, Governor. You have my deepest gratitude. Joffrey, organize our ships and have the fleet ready to sail to Cannibal Island by morning.
Yes, Admiral.
I have the pilot turning west, sir, but it's a bit difficult to figure out a heading when I don't know where we're going.
I suppose it's about time I told you two where we're heading.
I have completed my mopping of the deck, sir.
Good for you.
Will you rabble, I mean, gentlemen, require anything else this evening?
Yeah, try to grab us a nail from below deck. I trust you're familiar with where it's located?
Oh, yes, sure. Guess I'll be going out now. For your ale. Into the cold.
Well, he's quite the complainer, isn't he?
He's just warming up.
Oh, he'll survive. Probably. We haven't got too far to go now.
And where is that? Where we are going?
To see me old friend Benjamin Wellingham. He owns an inn on the island of Blackwater, just off the coast of Ireland.
Who in the hell is Benjamin Wellingham?
And just why are we seeing him?
I'd wager we number less than 30, and we're going to need every hand we can for this expedition.
I'd say it's time you told us about that as well.
It all started some time ago. My crew had a run-in with a whole armada of Spanish ships in the West Indies. They were led by the most notorious privateer of the Spanish crown, Captain Graves. We lost all but one of them. That one we couldn't outrun. They boarded us. The fighting was vicious. One of those bastards cut off me hand. But we beat them at the end, and we captured their captain, Captain Graves. He begged for his life, he did, more than any other man I've captured. Benjamin and I were going to throw him to the sharks, but he offered us something promising. The location of the map to Davy Jones's locker.
How did a lone Spaniard privateer know where the map to the locker was?
I couldn't say. I never did find that bit out. He guided us to the French fortress of El Dorado, where it lay hidden within. We made plans to snatch it from them, but Captain Graves slipped away and gave us away to the French. We were forced to flee. Right there, nearly in my grasp, and it was taken away. Benjamin wanted out after that. He had had enough of the pirate's life. We dropped him off at Blackwater, and we continued on our way.
And that's when your crew ran into that storm.
I washed ashore onto Whale Hunt Harbor, and that's where I crossed paths with you.
So we have to get back to that fortress?
Yes, and with the French busy pursuing the British, it'll make our jobs easier. All we have to do is assemble a crew at Blackwater.
Are we close?
We ought to be. Barid isn't too far from here, so we must be getting close. No doubt we're bound to run into Broadside or Stafford at some point.
Stafford?
Yes, why? Well, what's the matter with you? You've looked as if you've seen a ghost.
That man took everything from me. He ruined my life.
Oh, come. You can't blame all your misfortunes on one man.
Don't call him a man because he isn't. When I was just a boy, Stafford claimed dominion over Barid, at the cost of my family. He shot them in front of me. It's because of him I'm where I am now. I should have killed him then and there. I should have done something.
What could you have done? You were a boy. You weren't ready for something like that.
Well, I'm ready for him now. And if I ever cross his path again, I swear he will die by my hands.
Temper your anger, or it will be your undoing. We got plenty to worry about other than just Stafford.
Those French dogs could be anywhere. Keep your eyes peeled.
Don't worry, Giles. They'll be no match for us.
Is specially made.
Do you even know how to properly use that thing?
Don't be upset. Of course I do.
Oh, brilliant. Now the entire French Navy probably knows we're here.
Good lord, who put you three on watch duty? Wait a minute. Unless I'm delusional, that's the Black Sea's Barracuda!
The ship that was stolen, sir.
The very one. Wake up the men! We're going to reclaim that vessel.
With all due respect, sir, but shouldn't finding the French fleet be our primary concern?
That is the finest ship in the whole fleet! I will see it retrieved and returned to action, and then the French will be the least of our concerns.
Scrub the deck, Mr. Stone. Mop the floor, Mr. Stone. Get us ale, Mr. Stone. Is this all I'll ever have in my life? Oh, who put that thing there? Should have just been a poet like I wanted, but no. I had to get a practical job. Well, is this practical enough for you, Mother? Oh, would you look at that, a fleet of British warships. British warships! Whoa!
What does he want now?
Redbeard! Captain, sir, there's a fleet of British ships heading this way.
What? Go wake up the men. Get them to their battle stations.
Me?
Now, goddammit.
Aye, aye, Captain, sir. Oh, will this pain never cease?
Fire! Hey, they're gaining on us, Captain.
By God, they won't catch this sea dog. We'll outrun them yet.
I don't think we'll be able to stay ahead of the fleet.
I'm afraid you're right, Mr. Davis. Prepared to be boarded. Christopher, get us out of their path.
They're turning around! Follow them!
Sir, look!
Oh my god! It's the French fleet! Defend Whalehunt Harbor to the last ship! Don't let them through!
Give it everything you have.
Sir, our numbers are low. We must withdraw.
Fall back! Retreat!
They're on the run, men! Pursue them!
What's the next course of action?
We'll flank them when we reach Blackwater. But first we need to get ahead of them. The aftermath of a battle is rarely a pretty sight, and never a joyous one. So many of our ships lost. Broadsides doing, no doubt.
The banners do suggest it was Broadsides Armada.
That man couldn't defend a piece of driftwood from a seagull. But then I suppose that's what you get when an army general commands a naval battle.
You said yourself Broadside was more capable of defending the harbor.
From the land, I meant. What was Lee thinking, putting a flotilla of ships under a general's command? No matter. Ultimately, it is my triumphs and not their blunders that shall be remembered by posterity.
Sir,
There appears to be a shortage of rations below decks.
Didn't you think to stock up on provisions while in Whale Hunt Harbor?
I'm sorry, sir. I thought we'd be making port sooner. It might have helped if I'd been informed just how long our destination would take to reach.
In the absence of information, assume the worst, man! Set a course for Blackwater. We'll pick up additional supplies from there.
Yes, sir.
Blackwater, sir? Surely you don't mean to go there?
It's the closest port, Joffrey. We have no choice.
Here it is, lads, Blackwater. Truly a dismal place if there ever was one.
Where will we find this Benjamin Wellingham fellow?
Same place he always is. Now, mind you, the people of Blackwater are the lowest of the low, so it'd probably be best if ye let me do most of the talking.
Right.
The four of us will be wanting to stick together once we disembark.
The four of us? You can't honestly expect me to come along. Not out there.
We best be going now. All of us.
Well, how about I just stay down here and look after the...
Now!
Alright, I'm coming.
Mr. Adams, I'll leave you in command of the ship.
Aye, aye, sir.
There she is. The Drunken Pelican.
That's really the best name you could come up with.
Well, I'd like to see you come up with a name for something, Mr. Stone. Are you at all familiar with the phrase, quiet as a grave? Good. That's just what you're going to want to be as long as you're in here.
Evening, sirs. What can I get for you?
I'm an old friend here to see Benjamin Wellingham.
Well, I don't know about that, lad. He doesn't take too kindly to visitors anymore. Or old friends, for that matter.
Well, I'm both. I'm quite sure he'll see me. Inform him that Captain Roger Redbeard has come to pay him a visit.
Redbeard? Oh, tell him right away.
Gabriel, Mr. Davis, seeing as how the captain won't be requiring my assistance presently, do you think it might be permissible if I were to go off and, explore for a while?
Don't move from that chair.
Right. Of course. Mustn't get distracted.
Captain Roger Redbeard.
You seem to be doing well by yourself.
I figured you'd either be hung or in a watery grave by now. But in the back of my mind, I knew you'd be too stubborn to up and die like that.
I'll drink to that.
Here, here, you fat ugly cow.
Who are your friends, Roger?
Part of his crew.
I see.
These two helped me escape imprisonment at Whale Hunt Harbor. This one was an unfortunate stowaway. We'd shoot him, but it'd be a waste of powder.
Good to know.
We'll probably just end up throwing him overboard.
Just dropped in to say hello, did ya?
Not exactly.
I didn't think so. Whatever scheme you're about to propose, I want no part in it.
Relax, you don't have to come with us. We just need help recruiting more crew members who will.
And just what foolish adventure have you gotten yourself into now?
You know the one.
Aye, we'd best talk about this somewhere else. Hamish, stand watch.
Aye, sir.
The eyes and ears of Blackwater have a tendency to roam where they're not wanted.
Acquire these supplies with all possible haste. We've diverted far too much time from our mission as it is.
It appears we're not the only Navy personnel in Blackwater at the moment.
That's Broadsides' ship. Just what the hell does he think he's doing here? I'd have thought he'd be pursuing the French fleet.
Surround the whole town. I want the place thoroughly swept.
Joffrey.
Yes, Admiral.
You take charge while I'm gone. I'm going to see what Broadside's up to.
I'll see it done, Admiral.
You're really doing this, Roger?
Aye, we've been over this. I'm finally getting my hands on that map.
And you expect to pick up a crew here?
That's the idea.
I always knew you were a bit daft. I just never took you for a plain madman.
With the map in our possession, the treasures of the locker will be ours for the taking. Who knows what we might find there?
Even if you do find the map, and it makes it out of the El Dorado Fortress alive...
Which we can.
Gabriel.
And we will.
Lad, I admire your spirit, but I don't think you realize just how hopeless your chances are. Which is why I'm gonna have to come along with you.
Wait, what?
What have I got to lose? I'd rather die looking for treasure than looking after a tavern. Much more interesting way to go, I'd say.
You said you'd never come back to this life.
This time, we have a chance.
What is that?
The key to the seas. The Shard of Nuka.
Well, half our job is done. How did you come by this?
There was a castaway that washed up on the shore. He was driven mad, so deranged by the sun he could hardly say anything intelligible. He was on death's door. I tried to help him, but to little avail. I found the shard on him. From what I can gather, he was shipwrecked on the island and stole it. Barely made it back here alive.
What else did he say?
Nothing. The next morning, Hamish found him and he'd stuck a knife through his heart.
Then he washed ashore on our island. The island.
Yes. Whatever lurks on that island. It drove our castaway mad.
I'm sorry, Ben, I didn't mean to disturb you, but there's a group of customers I thought you might want to take a look at.
Privateers.
Even worse. One that we've met before. Captain Graves.
That backstabbing son of a bitch.
I'd like to see him dead as much as you, but we got more important work to do now. Can't go drawing unnecessary attention, especially not from his employers.
Oh, well that's nice. But what do you want me to do with him?
Tell them to leave.
I don't think they would if I asked them.
Fine, I'll tell them.
Hey, stop it. That's mine.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we're closing for the night, and I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I was under the impression they were open till dawn.
Your mistake, then.
Well, we're not leaving until we're served an ale.
Well, you're gonna have to get one somewhere else.
I'm not going to tell you again.
What in the bloody name of
Sounds Sounds like the French have shown up.
Make haste for the Barracuda.
Form companies.
General! Do you mind explaining just what the hell is going on here?
Sir, the French are...
Yes, I can see they're French. They were here waiting for you, and you fell right into their trap. You've doomed our fleet.
I most certainly have not.
No, you're right, General, because I'm taking command.
You what?
Concentrate fire on the main vessels! Close in on them!
What are we going to do?
Here, hold this.
Ah!
Clear the way!
Let's put an end to this.
Come on, lad.
Shoot anything that moves.
Ambrose Stafford. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Indeed, pirate. How lucky to run into you again. I've always hoped to see you hang one day.
It is you who shall die, Stafford!
And who are you?
I couldn't forget you.
And why might that be?
You know too well, you bastard!
Now, hold your fire. He isn't armed. I'm curious to see how he does this.
Get behind me, Gabriel.
No, Captain, I don't think I will.
That's an order.
No!
Gabriel, don't tempt him.
Sloppy footwork, simplistic attacks, no control. Hardly worth the effort on my part. Still, it was amusing while it lasted.
Oh, God damn it! Wait! Spare him his life.
Why should I? Why not just kill you both and be on my merry way?
'Cause if you do, I'll tear this map of yours in two.
How did you get that?
It flew out of your pocket through your fancy footwork. Interesting. Where might you be heading, Admiral?
That's no business of yours. And unless you want to lose your other hand, I suggest you give that back to me and forget the whole thing.
Ah, that's quite impossible, I'm afraid. I'd be one step ahead of you.
Where did you get that?
That be no concern of yours.
Where did you get that?
Seems like we're bound for the same destination.
You're bound straight to hell! Ah! Kill them both! And get that shard!
Where the hell were you?
We don't have time to get to the Barracuda. Do you have anything else that floats?
There!
Gabriel, we're trapped. What are we going to do?
Can you swim?
I suppose.
Good enough.
Lead them on, Gabriel. Hold on to this. They must not retrieve it.
What about you?
I'll hold them off till you're out of range. With luck, we'll regroup at the Barracuda. Now!
No, not that way!
The current's pulling us out!
We can't get to them.
If it isn't Captain Roger Redbeard. Lovely ship you seem to have there.
Get the fleet out of their range and then hold positions.
We'll be sitting ducks out there.
We must regroup our strengths. Then we will pursue the English once again.
Lie still, laddie. You'll be in pain for a while.
Well, the fact remains that we're stuck out here. No rations, no crew. Oh, and another thing. We don't know where we are!
We have some idea.
Maybe you'd be so kind as to offer some input.
I've got the map.
What map?
The one Captain Redbeard was talking about? The map to Davy Jones's locker?
Well, we aren't the only ones after it. Stafford had this on him. He must have gotten it from the French before we could.
Well, Jesus Christ, son, what does it say?
Looks like there's an island away south of here. That's where we'll find the locker.
The waters south of here are not easily navigated. This would be useful if we had a full crew, but there's only 5 of us at the moment.
Well, we have to get to that locker before Stafford does. This is more than a mere treasure hunt now.
He's right, Benjamin. There's no telling what the British might be capable of with the powers inside the locker.
What about Roger? He isn't someone we can just leave behind.
He's been in more dire situations. He said as much himself. I have no doubt that he got to the Barracuda safely, and if he got a good enough glimpse of the map, is probably on his way to the island as we speak.
We couldn't have read all this thing so quickly. I'm beginning to doubt that you can read it all.
We have to act. I hate to say it, but we can't wait for the captain. We must keep ahead of Stafford while we can.
We have the map and the shard. The British don't have any of that. If someone's gonna find that island, it's gonna be us.
Fair enough. Hamish, there's still enough of your riverboat days left in you to crew this ship?
Aye, sir. Setting a southward course now.
Admiral Stafford, I presume.
Yes?
I believe this man might be of some value to you.
It just so happens he is. What is your name, Spaniard?
Captain Antonio Hernandez Graves, sir.
Thank you, Captain Graves. I'll see that you are rewarded for this.
He's taken quite a beating, sir.
Not yet, he hasn't. It would appear your friends took my map and the shard with them. So tell me, where did they go?
I don't rightfully know.
Need I persuade you from the end of a rope?
I don't fear death.
How about pain? Because unless you cooperate, there will be quite a lot of it. Where did they go?
I don't rightfully know. If they haven't come back here by now, which it seems they haven't, I'd guess they'd be following that map to wherever it leads. Unfortunately, you don't know where that is.
I know enough. I know the general coordinates. I know your friends won't be reaching their destination for some time, especially considering they're on a mere fishing raft. I also know that a proper sailing ship with good speed could easily catch them before they're able to land. Captain Graves, you are a privateer for His Majesty, are you not? Which would necessitate having a swift but powerful ship, I would think.
But of course, Admiral.
With the damage done to Blackwater's harbor, it will take some time before any of my vessels will be able to leave. How would you feel about tracking down these men for me?
My men and I would be delighted, Admiral.
Bring me that shard at all costs. Take the pirates dead or alive, I don't much care which.
We'll set sail immediately. Not the mighty captain you once were, eh, Redbeard?
Mark my words, Graves. One day you'll get yours.
The only thing I'm getting anytime soon is your men. And my payment.
My men aren't so easily found, especially not by some two-bit privateer like yourself.
We'll see about that. Farewell, Redbeard. It was not a pleasure knowing you.
My sentiments exactly. What say we end this for you here and now?
Stafford! Good God, man. What do you think you're doing?
Governor Lee, I can't say I was expecting you here of all places.
I've come at Broadside's request. He informs me that you have taken command of the situation.
I did, sir.
Have you no respect for any authority but your own?
The French fleet lies in shambles thanks to my authority. All that remains is to find the shard and finish them off once and for all.
Oh, is that all? And what of these pirates I've heard talk about? Surely you don't actually think you can get to the locker if they already have the shard, and the map for that matter?
I have the situation well in hand.
Well, I can't say I share in your confidence. I've come to oversee the expedition myself.
Sir, I must protest.
Protest? Damn you, Ambrose. I fear you will wreak havoc if left unchecked. You are ill-suited to be an admiral, and I still don't think you ought to be.
I am 10 times the Admiral Smith was!
That will be for posterity to decide. Now tell me, why do you have this man at gunpoint?
This man is a pirate, and I was just about to put a permanent end to his criminal activities.
Have you no sense of decency, Ambrose? He must be given a sentence and hung. That is the proper punishment for his crimes.
Sir, that will only delay us.
Delay us from what, Ambrose? Your moment of triumph? Rest assured, it will come soon enough. Take this man to the dungeon. You follow my commands from now on.
Yes, sir.
ever shall we get off this infernal raft?
I doubt there's got to be anything resembling land for miles.
Stay on course. Keep sailing south.
To what?
That island can't be too far away from here.
Oh, that's reassuring.
What else can we do?
I do believe there is something on the horizon.
Don't be ridiculous, Stone. It's probably just... Good lord!
Looks like there's an island ahead, about a few miles off.
What are we waiting for? Head for that island!
Wait, there's something else. It's a ship. Judging by your colors, I'd say it's a Spaniard privateer.
What? How'd they find us?
Doesn't matter. We need to get ashore, now!
Paddle as hard as you can! We have to get out of their range!
It seems they're headed straight towards us.
So much for out of range.
Come on! Faster! We're almost there!
I can see the beach!
Haha! We're gonna make it! Oh, come on!
Ah, shit! We're sinking! Swim for it, lads!
Wait, don't leave me!
Stone, you alright?
Am I alright? Am I alright? Thanks to you, I almost died out there!
Pity.
Would someone, for the love of Christ, help me up?
Here. Look, over there. Come on.
We saved what supplies we could. Even got your map, for what it's worth.
I don't think we'll be needing it for much longer. Do we still have the shard?
Right here.
Christopher! That ship won't stay there forever. I say we go back.
Have you lost your senses, boy? They'll still be there.
We should at least find some firewood while we're in the jungle.
I suppose you're right. Stay close together.
Oh, joy. The thought of us being closer together just makes me bounce with delight. One big happy family. Ah.
An islander!
Are you all right, Mr. Stone? Do you need assistance of any kind, Mr. Stone? You know, such as a rescue?
Shoot it, Hamish.
Try talking to him.
Talking to it?
Oh, yes, sure. Let's have a little chat, why don't we? Whatever this thing is, it won't speak anything resembling English.
I speak English just fine, thank you.
My word. For once in my life, I am pleasantly surprised.
It's you who surprised me. I certainly wasn't expecting a group of disheveled white men to wash up on shore today.
I assure you, sir, I'm a much better example of my kind than these ruffians.
No, you're worse.
What are you doing here on this island?
What's it to you?
I make it my business to know.
I'll make it mine too.
What's all this?
Well, who are you exactly?
You seem a bit surprised.
Well, we weren't expecting to find any more of our kind on this island.
If you are implying that I'm a thieving pirate, such as yourself, then no, sir. I'm not of your kind at all.
An interesting accent you have there. German?
Dutch.
Wait, there's a difference?
Did anyone ask for your input, Stone?
I found them on the north end of the island. Here to pillage, no doubt.
Any other day we would be. But I assure you, today we're here for matters of far greater importance.
I find that difficult to believe.
All we want from you is food and water.
Oh, sure. And then you'll be on your way, yeah? But in a week, you'll be back with a party of your countrymen.
If we don't act soon, our countrymen will burn this island to the ground.
What makes you say that?
Well, if you must know, we're here to open Davy Jones' locker, before the British Navy can, who, by the way, happen to be in our tail with a whole flotilla of vessels. So kill us if you'd like, but you'll regret it soon enough.
Davy Jones's locker.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? And while you're at it, maybe you could help me find Atlantis, too.
Jesus, you people take convincing.
The Shard of Nuka.
You seem to know what it is.
It is one of the most sacred items among my people.
What people?
There's a whole tribe of us on this island.
If what they say is true, then there may not be for much longer. Where did you get this?
By a lone castaway.
By God.
So I take it this has been missing for a while then?
It has. You must take this to King Kahuka.
Fantastic! We're to be the audience to a king of cannibals.
Mind your tongue, boy.
It's quite all right. Typical misunderstanding. I am Hans Janssen. I shipwrecked on this island many years ago, and I've lived here ever since. My colleague there is Sinkei.
How does he know English?
Through this.
The shard?
I'll explain to you later, but right now we must make haste to King Kahuka. How did the lot of you end up on this island?
It's a complicated story.
I'm sure the king will be interested to hear it.
Captain Redbeard, your time has come.
Ooh, very intimidating, Giles. This is jolly exciting, is it? Executing our first pirate.
Bonnet, just shut up. Move along.
Yeah, that's right. Filth.
Does he always sound like that?
You learn to ignore him after a while.
Captain Roger Redbeard, you have been found guilty of multiple crimes of piracy against the British Crown, high seas robbery, theft and murder. Law in His Majesty's court has sentenced you to death by hanging, before God condemns your miserable soul to the pits of hell. Have you any last words to say?
Aye. Loosen these ropes and let me go free.
What?
I be putting forth a request.
He says he wishes to be let go, sir.
Well, of course we're not letting him go. Now get on with his execution.
Nice shot. Good to have you back, Captain.
Nobody leaves this port. Block them off.
They've already gone, Governor. That silly request of his was a signal. I tried to solve this the easy way, but you had to go and muck it up with your protocol.
It was poor luck, plain and simple. How could I possibly have known there was going to be a rescue?
You could have considered the possibility that there would be one. Joffrey, tell the men to load up. We leave within the hour.
I'll see it done, Admiral.
Within the hour? Stafford, what of securing this port? Should the French return?
The French are the least of your worries, Governor. Our mission has become more precarious than you realize. The time to leave is now. We finally have the waters cleared. Broadside and all of his soldiers will come along. We will need every man we can get.
This is madness.
We must beat the pirates to that locker. This mission has become dangerous.
And now so have you, Ambrose, it appears. Oh, it would be a crying shame if those pirates beat you there, wouldn't it, Ambrose? No glory, no legacy. It's doubtful anyone would remember your name.
It is they who shall be forgotten, not I. When I am finished, the very memory of their existence shall be erased, whilst mine is carved in stone.
Captain, the scouting party reports of no sight of them on the beach.
Well then, we'll just have to search more thoroughly, won't we?
You people actually live in this dense jungle?
The jungle has many benefits.
Yeah? Like what?
Keeping people like you out for one.
Oh, much obliged.
Now, the village is quite large by primitive standards. But don't be intimidated by the people. Chances are they'll be more afraid of you. Just follow us closely and you'll be all right. Great King Kahuka, these voyagers humbly request an audience.
The scouts have told me of these pirates. What did these marauders come to my village for?
They have brought this.
The Shard of Nuka. How did they come by this?
They claim to be trying to find Davy Jones's locker before the British Navy can get their hands on it. We must hurry if we are to beat them to it.
A British fleet? How could they find this place? Did you lead them here?
Well, not exactly.
Admiral Stafford of the British Navy has an interest in the locker, and he wants to control the Kraken. He somehow got a hold of a map that we were lucky to snatch off him, and thanks to Mr. Wellingham here, we managed to come by your shard.
The Shard is the sacred power of my people. Judging by what you say, it won't be for much longer.
Well, just be glad we found you before they did. If we hadn't taken that map from them, they might have gotten here 2 days ago, and we wouldn't have been here to warn you.
My deepest gratitude for your warning. You fools have destroyed us all.
Uncle, perhaps it's best to explain to them about the shard.
The shard is not some weapon to be wielded like a toy. For generations, the shard of Nuka gave prosperity to the island and its people. Linked to its presence was a great titan of the deep, who protected us from being consumed by the depths, and so allowed our land to flourish. Then a pirate by the name of Davy Jones happened upon us. Naive as they were, my predecessors showed him the locker where we kept our most revered talisman. Of course, he stole it for himself. With the shard's power, he could command our protector beneath the waves to wipe out whatever he saw fit. Jones was unstoppable, and without our guardian, the depths began to reclaim our island. However, Jones was not immortal. When he passed on, his crew brought the shard back here, as they had come to fear its power. We returned it to its hiding place, and we all hoped its power would never be revealed to the world again.
A fine job of that you did.
If you wanted to keep the damn thing in, why didn't you just throw it into the ocean?
We did, but the shard cannot be destroyed by the sea. As soon as we threw it into the waters, it emerged right back out to the hand of the person that threw it. That's why Jones made this map and infused it with the power of the shard to make it indestructible. That way, if he ever lost the shard, he could come back to reclaim it. One of his crew must have hidden this away somewhere.
Explains how that Spaniard got word of it. Must have wound up in El Dorado somehow.
Well, we can't have anyone else get to it. We've got to get to the locker, or seal it off somehow.
We cannot get to the locker.
The waters in the locker are rough. They cannot be navigated with our flimsy boats.
Well, then what do you propose?
We defend the locker from the invaders.
And just how do you plan on doing that?
I've charted the area around this island. The locker is surrounded by rocky waters, impossible to navigate a vessel through. The only way is a river that runs through the heart of this island. We keep them away from the river. We keep them from reaching that locker.
But how? Stafford must have hundreds, if not thousands, of men under his command.
My people are warriors. We will defend this island to the last.
Okay, I mean no offense, but you'll be going against a mobilized and professionally trained military force equipped with muskets and artillery. Just how do you mean to fight them?
With ferocity.
Excellent, glad we checked.
You don't stand a chance. You'll be massacred.
We've defeated other foreigners before. The British will be no different.
You've never faced Admiral Stafford before.
Wait a minute. The French are bound to be following the British fleet.
And?
If we can hold the British off long enough, the French ought to arrive and eventually drive them off.
That might just work.
We'll make sure of it. The British won't know what hit them.
Prepare our warriors.
I'll see it done.
Is there anything you require in the meantime?
We could use some good food.
Of course. Hans, please show them the way to the fire.
Right. Come along.
Captain, are you sure you remember those coordinates? I still don't see anything.
There'll be land ahead of us yet. I can smell it.
I'll keep the ship on course then.
Good lad.
Gabriel? What in the world are you doing out here?
Sitting down.
I could see that. Quite a view.
Yeah, I've seen better.
Yeah? Where?
Barid. I don't think anything will ever quite surpass those. As a boy, I would get up early every morning to watch the sun rise up out of that water. It was truly a sight to behold. No. I'll never get to see something quite as spectacular as those sunrises.
You puzzle me, Gabriel. In all the years I've known you, you've puzzled me.
Why do you bring it up now?
I don't know. I guess my main question is, why?
Why?
Why get mixed up in all this? Why risk your life for something you couldn't have known to be real?
I don't know. Just sort of happened to me.
Oh, bollocks.
What do you want me to say?
I know you, Gabriel. You don't care about anyone but yourself. Why go on this quest when you could have backed out?
I knew a boy once. He was loved, at peace, and content. He would wake up at dawn to watch the sunrise, and spend all day tending crops and feeding livestock alongside his family. And when all the chores were done, he would go down to the rocky shore and chase seagulls until the sun went down. It was a simple life, but he cherished it. That boy, he died the day everything he knew was taken from him. Even the sun no longer looked the same. He never grew up into the man he was supposed to be, and never will be the man his father wanted him to be. And if Stafford gets that shard, that same fate, or worse, will fall into many good young boys like him. And even sunsets like this will no longer have luster left for them.
What's that?
Some sort of animal. Leave it.
I'm gonna go take a look.
Don't get bit. Christopher!
Davis, there you are. I do believe we're being followed.
Yeah! No shit, Stone!
After them! Everyone, pull back! Retreat!
After them! Are you alright?
Christopher's hurt. He's at the rock over there.
Aye, I'll fetch him.
Well, I will definitely give you islanders some credit. I never thought spears could stand up to gunpowder.
Now is no time to celebrate.
Minor as it is, you have won a victory here.
Those Spanish will be back.
So will the British. I saw those men at Blackwater. They're privateers. They wouldn't be here unless Stafford sent them.
Then the fate of the seas may rest upon our shoulders.
Admiral Stafford. Are you alright, sir?
Damn it, Joffrey. Damn it all!
Sir?
The whole thing is like some crazed nightmare. Here we are, on the brink of discovery, and Governor Lee is overseeing my own expedition.
You are still in command, sir.
Like hell I am! Don't you see, Joffrey? The greatest find in history, and the governor will get all the credit while my name fades into obscurity. Lee shall be remembered as the savior of the British Empire, not I.
Stafford, sir.
Not now!
I'm sorry, sir, but it's really quite urgent.
Enter.
Captain Graves is pulling up along our starboard. He must have news.
What on God's green earth is this, Ambrose?
Good news, I would hope.
Yes, sir. Very good news indeed.
Ah, and I trust you have the shard and that the pirates are either dead or in your custody.
Well, no, sir, but...
I might have known better than to delegate this task to a Spaniard.
They landed on an island, Admiral. The island.
The island?
The one you were looking for. I came across it before they did. I sank their raft when they arrived, but they swam ashore and fled inland. So no, I don't have the pirates or the map to your island, but I know that's where they are, and I know how to get there.
Why, it's excellent.
And what happened to your crew, may I ask?
We pursued them into the jungle, but we were ambushed.
By the pirates?
Natives, sir. Cannibals by all appearances. Only a handful of my men escaped.
You'll forgive me if I find it hard to believe that the most renowned privateer crew in Europe was defeated by mere stones and spears.
These people are different, sir. They aren't like the tribes of the New World. They fought with such precision and coordination, it was as if they had knowledge of contemporary tactics.
They'll get an education on English military strategy soon enough. And I suppose your services are still worth something.
I should say so.
Give him the chest.
This is less than half of what you promised me.
It is the same as what you deliver to me.
Well then, I suppose I won't tell you what I heard of the pirates' strategy.
What?
They have allied themselves with the natives. By the time you land, their warriors will have surrounded the island. They mean to stall you until the French arrive. Then your little expedition will be no more.
He's right, Stafford. The French are, no doubt, following us from a distance. If we engage in conflict with these islanders, we make ourselves vulnerable to the French.
You may take what is given to you and leave.
Nonsense. We will pay you what we promised you.
That's outrageous.
Is it, Stafford? Is that what you find outrageous?
I gratefully accept.
I utterly refuse.
I'm afraid you have no say in the matter, Ambrose. Spaniard, bring your men aboard and we'll supply you.
This is absurd.
My thanks for your most generous hospitality, Governor.
How is he?
Christopher? Oh, he's all right. Should be himself again in a couple of hours.
I'll go speak to him.
No. It's best if he has his rest.
Right. And you're sure the Islanders can hold their own against the British?
They could beat the spawns of hell if they had to. It's unnatural in the way that they fight. Almost as if they were the Spartan warriors reincarnated.
There's still something I don't understand. How in the world are they so advanced?
Compared to what?
Compared to other tribes, those in the New World.
They owe everything to the Shard. The Shard gives them the wisdom 10 times that of any European philosopher. It acts as a key to the outside world, making them skilled in the arts of war. They know about every language in existence. I can't explain it. It's supernatural in a way.
After what I've seen from the last couple days, I'm willing to believe anything.
It's a pity. If they were not isolated on this island, they could have become a great power themselves.
Well, no matter what happens, the British cannot get the Shard.
They won't.
Tally-ho, Pip, and Bernard your uncle. Oh.
What do you want, Stone?
Not a thing in the world. Just here to have a chat with my dear friends is all.
Isn't that marvelous? I do so enjoy our little chats, Mr. Stone.
Oh, do excuse me. Were you good fellows aware that the most beneficial of benefits known to man may be acquired through the repeated impalement of oranges?
That doesn't make any sense.
Plenty of sense, sir. It all has to do with the theory of...
The Islanders will be up working the entire night.
You're in his chair. Now.
Yep.
You need to get some rest, Gabriel. We've all had a rough day.
I just can't help worrying about Redbeard. Wondering if you made it out of Blackwater all right.
Don't worry, I'm sure Roger will turn up again soon. He always does. But that doesn't seem to be the only thing troubling you.
Everyone seems to think that holding off the British is going to be easy.
You think I agree with these people? It's going to be a goddamn massacre. Doesn't matter how good they fight. As soon as the British artillery arrives, they'll be cut to ribbons.
Then why don't you tell them?
What else are we supposed to do? It's our best chance.
It's our only chance.
The island?
Appears so, sir.
Mr. Adams, I'll leave you in command of the ship.
And just where are you going, sir?
To go looking for those I sent ahead. By now, they've either reached the island or they've perished, and I highly doubt the latter. I be requiring a search party of 8 men. Prepare a longboat.
Yes, sir! Lower away!
There it is.
Your island?
None other.
Certainly seems tropical enough. There's bound to be a fresh source of water inland.
Excellent. In the morning we shall send a party ashore and...
No, we set up camp tonight.
Tonight, in utter darkness, Ambrose, have you no sense of logistics?
If we don't go ashore now, there'll be nowhere left to go ashore. Come morning, the islanders will be ready and waiting. We need to get a foothold while we have the cover of darkness on our side.
I can't say that I agree with your plan.
Joffrey, call the men to deck.
I'll see it done, Admiral.
Do you really believe that you'll be able to find the shard and recover it from these pirates?
What do you think I'm doing here?
I think you're trying to further your own honor and not the honor of the Empire. This has gone completely too far, Stafford. The French are bound to be on our tail, and will no doubt arrive here shortly. If you don't push through those islanders by tomorrow morning, I will have to end this expedition before it has even begun.
You can't do that.
Oh, can't I? It's high time you remember your place, Admiral.
I'm lonesome since across the hill and o'er the moor and valley such grievous...
I still don't understand. What are we doing here?
Oh, never mind the why, Giles. It's not like every day you get to make camp in a locale as lovely as this one.
I agree.
Bloody romantics, the both of you. Why don't you do something useful and get something cooking over this fire? Oh, right, what was I thinking? Of course, neither of you know how to cook. No, I have to do everything for you two. Why should this be any different? Who's there? I'm not afraid to use this.
You can use it if you'd like, but I doubt it be loaded.
Fair enough.
Why are ye camped here?
Your voice sounds familiar.
And I reckon me faces as well.
I don't believe this.
Well, that makes two of us.
Whoa. Hey now.
I asked you a question. What are you doing here?
I'll never tell you, pirate.
Oh, your new friend, Giles.
You idiots! Sound the alarm!
I wouldn't be doing that. Elsewise, I'd blow a hole in his mouth.
Why would he need an extra mouth?
Do you see what I have to put up with?
Aye, I do pity you. Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. Why are you here?
Don't tell him anything.
Oh, we're here because the pirates we were tracking down are here. Conveniently enough, this island also happens to be the location of Davy Jones' locker, and a magical shard we've been looking for. Tomorrow we're supposed to attack the islanders and... You see, Giles, he's gone, and we never told him a thing. I figured we deserve a promotion.
We deserve to be court-martialed.
How long have they been here?
About 2 hours. If the British come any route, it'll be this one.
King Kahuka?
What is it?
If you'd please listen to me, sir, retreat into the jungle. It'll be easier to fight the British if they can't see you.
No, we will fight them here.
Then we will all die here.
Not likely. Sinke, check our right.
I will, Uncle.
Hand me a musket.
What? You're not actually gonna fight with them, are you?
They need someone with sense here, and it looks like that's gotta be me.
Oh, well, god damn it all. Hamish!
Aye?
Hand me my pistols, we're staying here.
Come again?
I said we're staying here.
Understood.
Well, Mr. Davis, it looks like we'll be standing with you.
Good. I could sure use you.
They're in positions along the ridge.
Yes, indeed. If we wait a few more hours for the artillery to unload off the ships, we could smash them easily.
No, General. We're going to meet them head-on.
What?
At the behest of the Governor, I am compelled to make quick and decisive progress, or else he shall end this expedition.
End the expedition? Why?
The governor is paranoid the French are following us.
But we wiped them out at Blackwater.
I've argued this with him, but he will not listen. You must act quickly, General. If you're to redeem yourself in the field of battle, this may be your last chance.
Yes, sir. We'll hunt Harbour Division! Forward!
The British are marching towards our position.
Excellent.
Bayonets! At the double quick! Make ready! Freeze out! Fire! First rank, fire! Rear rank, fire! Load!
At close range!
Give it to him, lads!
Send in the 3rd Division.
Sir, that's nearly all of the 1st Corps.
My point exactly. We'll see who takes the glory from this field.
Forward!
Reinforcements?
We'll hold them.
Open up our flanks.
What?
As soon as they get to the river, we'll smash them from the sides.
Alright, I'll see to it.
General Broadside, we're here to relieve you, sir.
Like hell you are!
Stafford ordered us to take that position. We can't just stand here.
Then you'll take it with me! Come on, lads! Charge!
Charge!
lost!
Now is our chance!
Charge!
No! Don't break formation! Stay where you are!
I give you one job, Broadside. Send in everything. And I mean everything.
Sir, the artillery is here.
Already?
The cannoneers made good time, sir.
Well, I'll be damned. Begin the barrage, Lieutenant.
Barrage? But Admiral, our soldiers are still down there.
Perhaps my orders were misunderstood, Lieutenant Bolton.
Cannons fire!
Stop your fire!
Send out the elite Marines. Tell them to find me those pirates. Our work is done for today. Shall we retire?
After them!
That be Gabriel. Come on!
Curious. I never saw you on the battlefield today.
We were just sent to inform you. Governor Lee has ordered everyone return to the ships in the morning.
He what?
He'll pull you from the rank of Admiral too if you do not comply with his orders.
Damn his orders. We just had a victory.
To arms!
Gabriel!
Captain! You showed up at quite a time.
I'll be doing me explaining later.
Redbeard!
We meet again at last.
I'll meet you again in hell. Farewell to you, Captain.
Let's be getting out of here.
Fight like the devil.
Withdraw from here. Take your soldiers and leave.
Never. Do you hear that? That is the sound of your people being wiped off the face of this earth by my artillery. A noble end, if ever there was one.
Gabriel!
After you, Captain.
We best be getting out of here.
Admiral, sir. The last of the islanders are retreating through the jungle.
Excellent. Follow them to their village.
Governor Lee told us we were to pull out.
You will do as I order.
Yes, sir.
Hamish, head count. I want to know how many are injured.
Injured? Most of our number are dead!
Do your goddamn best then.
Oh, dearest me. What did I miss?
You idiot! Everything!
I take it we didn't win then.
I just grabbed Christopher from the village. He seems to be doing alright.
It's good to see you again, Redbeard.
Are there any more survivors, Gabriel?
There's more at the village, but most are refusing to leave.
The fools.
No, I'm the one that's a fool.
How was I so stupid? Why didn't I listen? They're dead because of me. If I hadn't charged, we wouldn't have broken formation.
It's in the past.
Yeah! Well, the present looks pretty damn bleak because of it!
Christ, Gabriel, if you just kept your goddamn mouth shut back there, then we could've.
Yeah? Well, maybe you're better off without me then, eh?
We are. I've had enough of your eagerness. Your taste for glory.
I will not be having you speaking for me first mate like that.
You actually made him your first mate? Bollocks to that.
We gotta hang him to the keel.
I'd see you hang first! Stop it. The both of you. Have we not had enough death for one day? This won't solve anything.
Don't bother, lad.
Uncle!
Just where are they going?
Those men have families in the village. Families that they'd be willing to die with.
But whoever is going to protect us? I mean, the king, of course.
Shh! He's still breathing, but with those two nasty wounds, I doubt he'll make it long.
He'll hang on. He has to. Come on, wake up!
Gabriel?
Just leave me alone for Christ's sake!
Alright. Alright.
Well, here's the village. Quite a settlement for heathens, isn't it?
Don't bother with them. I want you to turn this village upside down if you have to. Find that shard.
Ambrose!
Governor Lee, how splendid to see you.
How dare you! You directly disobeyed my orders.
Of course I did.
I'll see to it that you spend the rest of your miserable life locked in a stockade.
And I'll make sure you never get the chance.
You miserable wretch.
Come, quick! They've murdered the governor!
Good lord!
The governor, killed by some cannibal. Such humiliation.
A funeral is to be arranged, obviously. I only hope we may be able to honor his memory by completing his expedition.
Well said, Admiral.
Tell me something, General. Why is it that even when I placed an entire division under your command, you were unable to capture a position held by mere stones and spears? Well?
Sir, we found it.
What?
We found the shard.
Where?
Right this way, sir.
Have it. After all this time, I finally have it.
What of the village, sir?
Torch it. It is of no use to us.
Sir?
We shall set up an outpost here. The gateway to the locker can't be far from here, but it won't be unprotected. All surviving islanders are to help us build new defenses.
Governor Lee wouldn't have wanted this.
Governor Lee is gone!
Fire!
The village!
The English got there first.
We have to get to that locker. We still have the shard.
No, you don't.
Uncle!
Peace, Sinke. My time is coming.
That's impossible. The shard is back at your throne.
When was the last time you checked it?
What do you mean?
After my failed duel with Stafford, I was taken from the battlefield to the village. I ordered for the shard to be left there and exposed, so the British would find it.
You what?
There is no more use for further bloodshed. The English have won this battle.
But not the war! We can still—
No, it's over. You decided the fate of my people for us. You were right, Gabriel. We could have never stood up to the British. I must thank you for ending the battle early.
We can't just give up.
I don't deserve this crown. You, Sinke, are to lead your people.
Lead my people? In what? Servitude to the English?
If that is all that can be hoped for.
I will not.
No?
I was not raised to accept submission to conquest. No, Uncle. You may keep your crown.
Then thousands of years of history with this island ends today. the islanders die with me.
They may, but I won't.
Sinke, foolhardy death is not what I want for you, nor is it what your father hoped for when the fever claimed him.
I am not my father.
No, you are the greatest nephew I could have wished for, and a better man than I was.
Uncle? Uncle! No! Please, Uncle!
Easy.
The governor has been slain, savagely murdered by the spear of an islander. By all that I am, I will avenge this man and complete his noble quest. Will you follow me into the heart of Jones's locker and end this war?
And what do you think you're doing?
What does it look like? I'm going to the locker.
One ship against a fleet?
I didn't ask for your permission, Captain.
Where you're going, you'll be needing a captain to lead you.
What?
If Stafford releases the Kraken, piracy will be done and dusted. And where would I be then? I'd rather an honourable end for Captain Roger Redbeard, even if it be failure.
You mean it?
I'm true to my word, Mr. Davis. Always have been. The Barracuda awaits.
Wait. You aren't going anywhere without me.
You can hardly stand, Christopher.
I'd rather stand on my feet for a day than to spend the rest of my life kneeling.
We'll have you.
Maybe it's just the alcohol talking, but it seems that I'm doomed whatever I do. So, why not?
Those bastard English hung my brother up in Stirling. I'll gladly go to my grave fighting those damned redcoats.
Will you pirates accept an islander to your ranks?
And a wayward Dutchman as well?
Motley crew is the best kind.
Wait!
Look, we don't want any trouble.
And I have none to give. I shouldn't have said those words to you, Gabriel. An apology from an old sea dog won't mean much, but if you'll have it, I give you my sword.
I accept it.
Come on, you bilge rats, to the Barracuda!
I trust we'll get to the open sea after this, then?
Naturally.
You don't suppose a storm is brewing?
A storm always brews in the locker. What do those coordinates say?
We should be at the position soon.
All my years of work are soon to be rewarded.
I'm... Well, spit it out then.
Tired.
Yeah? Well, so am I.
Can you two just be quiet for 5 minutes?
How am I supposed to know how long 5 minutes is? You got a clock on you?
Ugh. It means shut up until I tell you to talk again.
It's almost as if you didn't like us.
Oh, really? Where would you ever get an idea like that?
What are you three doing?
Nothing worth a while.
Stafford has lost his mind.
Stafford, sir?
The Admiral... What should I say? Governor now?
Did the governor go on holiday?
No, you dolt. He's dead.
He committed suicide? Oh no, not another one.
He was murdered. Stafford killed him. Isn't it obvious?
Good God! I can't believe this. I've been so stupid.
But Giles, you're the smartest one in the group.
We need to withdraw from here before it's too late.
Withdraw?
The French are bound to be pursuing us. Stafford is putting us right into a trap. It's what Governor Lee would have wanted, and it's what's best for us all.
And how do you plan to do that, General?
I will address him shortly.
Do run this by me again. We're actually doing this?
Why do you think we are on board?
I was under the impression that this was all some sort of really bad joke.
I agree with him. Captain, do you know how bad our odds are?
Why don't you tell us, Mr. Adams?
We are only a single vessel. We number about 90 at best. The fleet ahead of us, how many ships do you think are in a fleet?
I don't know. Maybe about 80?
80? Now suppose we get anywhere near the flagship, how do we sneak on board and steal a shard?
That will be Sinkei's department.
The cannibal?
I can get on their vessel without being seen.
They're going to realize their shard's missing.
We'll hopefully be on the Barracuda by then.
Alright, then what are we gonna do with the shard once we have it?
We toss it back into the locker where it came from. That's the only way we can truly destroy it. Once thrown in, the locker seals up permanently.
Well, of all the madness in the world, this is a battle we are not going to win.
All of us know that.
It's a damn foolish mission. There's no honor in it. We have no fighting chance at all.
Captain Roger Redbeard will be meeting the most famous end in all of history, as will his crew. We be the pirates that stood against tyranny and oppression.
I'll tell the boys then, Captain.
Good man. Gentlemen, raise up your glasses to the Black Sea's Barracuda.
Never seen such a rough sea before.
Indeed. Something else is at work here. What is our position, Joffrey?
Nearly there, sir.
Have them tie the shard to the mast.
What will that accomplish?
Once the shard lights up the sky, you'll know.
Tie the shard down.
Stafford!
Ah, General. I'm very surprised you decided to join us, all things considered.
Listen to me. We need to get out of here.
Nonsense.
The French are bound to arrive at any moment, and you're drawing us into the perfect trap. The fleet can't defend itself in these waters.
I've had enough of this.
Do we forget the wishes of the governor?
I am acting governor now.
Is that what you told Lee right before he was murdered?
How dare you! You would accuse me of murder?
Why not? You were the only one with him. You're a cutthroat opportunist, and you don't hesitate to take the lives of children. I certainly wouldn't put it past you.
You disgust me with your insinuations.
There's going to be an investigation. I can promise you that.
Oh, of course there will. We are civilized men, after all. But you forget something, Broadside. Who is the court going to believe? Do you really think they'll listen to a failed military commander who comes from poverty? A man without distinguishment? Or will they believe the man whose ancestors defended the island nation with dignity and cunning? You choose how it turns out for you.
You are evil.
I've been called that word so many times it no longer has any meaning for me.
You won't get away with this.
Of course I will. Soon, I'll have dominion over the 7 seas and the beast beneath them. What's to stop me then? Sons of Britannia, we have done it. We have accomplished what our ancestors could only dream of. We have achieved total dominion of the seas for the Empire. Remember this day and cherish it, for it will be yours for all time.
Doesn't it ever move?
Of course it will move, Joffrey, but not without the shard directing it. When we point the shard in a direction, it will follow the beam of light.
I see.
You're going to let them do this? Who's to be manning the ships?
Broadside, my men have earned it. What have your men done for me?
But the French.
Let them come if they wish. We have the beast on our side. Drink up, General. It could be the last day you ever amount to anything.
I'll retire to my quarters.
Good man.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Not on me, please.
Oh yes, sure. Like I have a lot of say in the matter.
You talk too much.
It is a gift I am ever so proud of. Oh!
Do not move this boat.
Oh, really? I wanted to take it for a Sunday boat ride myself.
Just don't move it.
Just relax. Get out there and get that shard. This is not how I wanted to go out.
Oi, you! You better put uniform back on, mate.
Good lord. It's an islander. Thief!
No, hold your fire!
Paddle away.
God, they've stolen my shard! We go onto the Seahawk right away! Understood?
Yes, sir.
Don't let them escape! You three, prepare a longboat. We're going to follow them.
Yes, sir.
You actually got the shard?
But not for long.
This is it then, lads. To the death!
Come on! Get your backs into it!
out their mast!
Captain! All hands on deck! Give no quarter!
Benjamin!
Retreat to the captain's cabin.
Get to the captain's cabin!
The French!
Louis, signal the ships to encircle the English.
Yes, sir! Master Hands.
Captain!
Sail us into the locker. We end this today.
Can't go anywhere. We're stuck in the rocks.
No, we aren't. It's high time I taught you a little pirate trick.
Need that shard! Now!
And how do you propose to do that?
Leave the fleet to occupy the French. I'm going to the Barracuda personally.
Broadside has that under control.
Yes, a fine job he's doing.
Fire at will!
Don't let them trap us! Starboard! Watch your starboard!
I have a plan, Giles.
Very well, Barnet. Is it a cunning and subtle one?
Somewhat.
Oh, I'm sure it's ingenious.
Well, you see, if we go into one of the other longboats and pushed off, we'll get away while the French are distracted with the ship here.
Barnet, that is the stupidest plan I've ever... Oh, wait. Wait, follow me!
Keep up your fire!
General Broadside, we won't be able to keep this up much longer.
Damn it! I told Stafford that he...
What?
Never mind. Whalehunt Harbor will have its glory either way on this day.
Mr. Stone, load that in there.
Oh, sure. Shooting the rocks will improve our situation a whole lot.
Shut up.
Alright, fine. You see, I told you.
Sail us into the locker.
That's them! They got free!
Don't just stand there. Sail to them.
Better raise the white flag, sir.
Cannoneers, make ready! Fire! Turn around then!
Wait! We forgot something.
Leave it!
Alright.
No, you idiot!
Sorry.
Patrick, love of Christ, will you get back in the boat?
Come on!
Pull out! We pursue the Barracuda.
Come again?
To arms!
We have one on our stern.
Portside hands.
But that's the rocks.
My point exactly.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Fire at their mast.
Sinke.
Right.
about full speed.
What the hell?
Now.
Stuck!
Onwards to the locker.
Give it everything you have.
There it is, lads.
I have no interest in prisoners. Kill all of them.
Oh my god!
You lucky bastard.
We have to get on this ship. It'll be our only chance of getting towards the locker.
We'll only have enough time to send a few over before we're all dead.
I'll go. I'm coming too.
Bastards!
Go now! Get us out of here now! Keep up a barrage! Give them some cover for God's sake!
All of our ammunition has already been used.
Then we put the fate of the seas in their hands.
Get to that edge. We can't keep this up much longer.
What do you suppose he's trying to do?
What does it look like? He's using our own weapon against us. Well, a pleasure to meet you again, Captain. Go ahead. Try it.
Help! Christopher! Get out of here! Save yourself! No! Christopher! No!
Gabriel, abandon ship!
Our numbers are low. We must withdraw.
No one restores today. If it must end here, then so be it.
Oh God!
Stop! Wait a moment. I know you. The one from Blackwater.
Stand back! I will drop this.
Sure you will. You have the power of God in your hands. You want to just give that up?
What?
The beast at your disposal? You rule the seas. Everything you ever wanted is in your hands. Gold, power, an empire. Would you really give up all that potential just to stop me? I've already won this. You and I both know how this will end. I kill you, my men come for me, and I live to fight another day. All I lose is time.
I lost a lot more than time when I met you back in 1709.
1709?
The conquest of Barid?
Ah, yes.
There was a boy, the son of a dear friend of yours. A friend you murdered.
You are Davis's boy. I should have known. Same sword style, same fire in your eyes, same thick-headedness. You, as your father, have amounted to nothing.
My father was more of a man than you will ever hope to be.
He was nothing more than a deserter. I have attained the rank of admiral and the title of governor, and shall soon be ruler of the seas. I am infinitely more than him. He had nothing.
He had all he needed. A home, a loving wife, and a son to raise.
Your father was a coward! He abandoned his men!
My father will have more of a legacy than you could ever dream of. Killing him will not change that.
Well, it appears I will have to finish the job here. die, will you?
Gabriel!
Christopher! I figured you'd be dead.
They didn't get me that hard. I jumped onto the ledge as soon as the ship went over. Redbeard?
No. The locker is sailing up.
So this is it for us then?
Yes. Christopher, I'm glad you're with me.
Jump now!
By Lucifer's wings, you're alive.
General Broadside. We're forming a defensive line now.
Belay that.
What?
Withdraw all ships. Retreat to the coast.
Sir?
That's an order.
Yes, sir.
would continue, of course. Many more battles were fought, more blood to be shed. Then, months later, the French were able to group together and push the British back to their outpost on the island, where relief finally came for the islanders.
Raise the white flag.
Yes, sir.
A surrender conference was held after the battle. From what I've been told, both sides were chivalrous to one another.
General Broadside?
Captain Javier, a pleasure to finally meet you at last.
The terms were simple. Britain was to pull out of all French territory they occupied, reducing the size of their navy, and pay reparations for the damage they'd wrought. The news was met with much rejoicing. The war was over, and with it, the adventure of a lifetime. I went back to Barid, of course. I'm not sure what my parents would think of their son turning to piracy, but no matter the case, I'll always remember this place. It began here, and I suppose it should end here. Now, as I exit Barid, my own ship greets me, where the crew eagerly awaits their captain.
Christ!
Captain Davis?
Good to see you again, Christopher.
We're to sail out of here then?
Yes, but where to?
I am told of a treasure hidden deep in the Caribbean tropics, yet to be claimed.
Well then what are you waiting for? To your stations!
Hey, how do the ropes go? Oh! Oh! That figures.
Nothing but the open sea.
The crow's nest says nothing but open sea.
Excellent! Onwards!
Finally! Land!
We're not at sea anymore.
You are very bright, Patrick. Thank you.
How are we gonna get out of here?
Great question. Being stuck with you two is going to be a real highlight for my already miserable life.
Oh, don't worry, Giles. This is a popular trading route. Won't be long until we're picked up.
Thank God.
Now all we have to do is sit and wait.
Indeed. Just nice, simple, quiet tip.
I spy with my little eye something blue.
The sea.
Huh. How did you?
Because it's the only bloody thing out there.
I don't think he likes the game much.
No, I'm having a bloody wonderful time. Why wouldn't I be?
Oh, 95 bottles of rum on the wall, 95 bottles of rum. Take one down, pass it around, 94 bottles of rum on the wall, 94 bottles of rum on the wall,
Help!
94 bottles of rum.
Anyone, please!
Take one down.